have some good stories to tell, and I'm in the parking lot here by the supermarket, getting ready to go in and do a little grocery shopping. But I decided to tell the story. This is a story that I've had for a long time, and so today I decided to share it with you guys. It's a story about how sometimes you can be very helpful, but not always when you're helpful it turns out in your favor or it's the best thing to do. So here is how my story started out. I was at the library one day and doing some research because I love to do research on a lot of things. Genealogy, I read a lot of books. You know, not the crazy books, not no fiction stuff. I read real stuff. I'm a history buff and I'm into genealogy and stuff like that. Stuff that's interesting, that makes sense, that makes a difference. So I'm at the library reading a book, and I think I was using the computer at one point. But I'm using the computer, and I look down, and there's a flash drive in the base, and I decided to pull the flash drive out. So on my way out the library, I stopped at you know, at the librarian's desk, and I said to the librarian, I found a flash drive in the computer upstairs. Should I hand it over to you or whatever? She says, no, it doesn't make sense because we're going to take it, throw it down here. We might not know who it belongs to. They'll probably never come back for it. So she gave me a whole spiel. I decided that it's a fairly good flash drive. I'll take it home and I'll use it because more than likely I could delete whatever's on there, free up the space, and use it. I didn't need a flash drive, but I kept it, brought it home with me, had the flash drive there for a while. Never had any need to use a flash drive. So the flash drive was sitting there for a couple months. I want to say maybe 3 months, 4 months in the house. Never touched it because I never really needed it. I had other flash drives. I just kept it because I figured if I ever need a spare flash drive, here it is, I would have it. So one day my daughter came to me and she says to me, she says, Mommy, I need a flash drive to put some stuff on. I got something to do. I don't remember exactly what it is that she said she had to do, but I told her, I said, okay, no problem. Here's the flash drive. So I gave her the flash drive that I had found in the library. She turned to me and she said, oh, I don't know how to use this. You're going to have to do this for me. I'm like, how the hell are you going to ask me for a flash drive, but you don't know how to use it, and I got to do this for you? So she says, no, I don't know how to use it. You got to use it for me. You got to put this stuff on there for me. So I go and I open up the flash drive. To my surprise, there's a bunch of documents on this flash drive. And I'm talking about personal stuff. Social security numbers, driver's license numbers, name, dates of birth, addresses, all types of stuff. Apparently, whoever had this flash drive was saving their USCIS information on there, their filings to change their immigration status or whatever. It was a wife and husband type stuff. So there was her social for her, social for him, date of birth for her, date of birth for him, addresses, passport numbers, you name it. Everything was on this flash drive and on this application that they had more than one application for biometrics, all types of stuff. There was phone numbers too. So I had two choices. I could either delete everything, forget that I've ever seen it, or try to find a name and a number and call somebody and say, hey, listen, I got your stuff. Do you need it? So I decided to do the right thing. Because I didn't need the flash drive. I didn't need that information. I'm not crooked like that. I may do crooked shit, but not for that. Not, you know. So I called, I found a telephone number and I found the name on the application, on the flash drive, on their application. So I called the number and this guy answers. And I said to him, I don't know who you are, but this is who I am. I found your flash drive a couple months ago in the library, told him what library it was, and that I had his flash drive with all this information on it, and if he'd like to get it back. And he said, sure, I would. But you know how everything is. I'm not going to meet anybody in a unconspicuous type of place where there's nobody. I don't know this dude. This dude doesn't know me. So I said to him, I said, listen, it's already late in the afternoon. I said, why don't I meet you back at this same library where you left this flash drive? I'll meet you outside the library at such and such a time tomorrow, and I'll give you the flash drive back. He said, sure, no problem. So I hung up from him. I got his number. I didn't have a problem. I figured, okay, tomorrow when I'm getting ready to return the flash drive to him, I'll give him a call, make sure he's going to meet me at the time that we suggested, and we'd meet up and I'd give him his flash drive back. Simple as that. Okay. When I hung up the phone, I didn't realize that this guy kept calling me back because for some odd reason, either I had my phone on airplane mode, I don't remember because this story is a while back, or the volume on my phone was turned down and I didn't hear him calling me. So after I hung up from him, he called me a few times after that. I never responded because I never seen the calls. I think my phone was either turned down or on airplane mode or whatever happened with my phone that day. So I never responded to the calls. Looked like because when I went back in my phone and realized he was calling me, but I didn't get the call. I didn't hear it. You understand? All right. All of a sudden, my phone rings, and I answer it now after I fixed whatever was going on with my phone. Still not noticing that this guy was calling me. I was just answering the present call. And the present call was a call from a police officer. And I'm like, why is the police calling me? What the hell did I do? So I answered the phone. I said, hello. He said, yeah, I'm such and such officer so and so from so and so, yada yada yada. You know how pompous they are. So I'm like, okay, officer, how can I help you? Because I'm curious as to why he's calling my goddamn phone. Because I don't really like cops calling my phone or anybody that works for a government or any uniformed person. Because I think they're all crooked and wicked. But that's for another podcast or another blog. Alright, so we'll talk about that at another time, how crooked and wicked they are. But anyway, I was a little teed off that he would call my phone. I'm curious now as to why the hell are you calling my phone? What have I done? I haven't murdered anybody. The shit you calling my phone for? So he says to me, well, I'm calling on behalf of so and so. You've got his flash drive. I said, oh yeah, I do. He says, that you don't want to give it back to him. I says, what are you talking about, officer, that I didn't want to give it back to him? I found this flash drive in the library 4 months ago, and I'm the one who called him, and I'm the one who scheduled a date and time to meet him. So what are you saying? Oh, he was trying to reach you and he couldn't reach you, and he feels that you don't want to give him his flash drive back, and yada yada yada. I'm like, what? I'm like, wait a minute. Never heard anything like this in my life. I said, I'm the officer. I've called him. I found the flash drive, and I wanted to return the flash drive to him because I didn't need the flash drive. I don't want no parts of this information that's on this flash drive. Officer says, well, he wants his flash drive today. I said, well, how about I take this damn flash drive and go throw it in a lake, and then we forget that I've ever even had the flash drive. You know what the officer says to me? If you take his flash drive and you go throw it in a lake, then I'm going to have to charge you and take you to jail. I'm like, are you serious? Officer say, yeah. If you throw his flash drive in a lake, I'm going to have to charge you and take you to jail. I said, but officer, I could have thrown this flash drive away when I first found it. He said, yeah, but now that I know that you have the flash drive, and I know that you admitted that you have the flash drive, you can't do anything to that flash drive. I said, you know what? Before I get really, really upset and really, really pissed off and really, really ornery, I said, here what you do, officer. Is there a way that you can come and pick this flash drive up from me? The officer said, yeah, of course. Give me your address. I'll come pick it up and give it back to him. I said, okay, no problem. Come and pick it up. So that's how I was able to get rid of the flash drive without an incident. But I gave the officer the flash drive. I never heard anything from him or the officer again. But what I am saying, and the point that I am making about this, sometimes being a good Samaritan is not a good idea. Because something like that happening to me, I could have went to jail for somebody's flash drive that I found in the library. So I've decided after that anything that I find that I don't discard and that I want to keep, I will never notify anybody about it. Because it doesn't make any sense you notify anybody about it. 'Cause here it is, you'll get in trouble for finding other people's shit and you're trying to return it. You know, it's the weirdest thing. People will take a story and twist it and turn it into whatever they want it to be so as to appease themselves because that's what it seemed like to me with this situation. This guy wanted his flash drive ASAP. He thought because I wasn't answering my phone anymore that I was trying to hold his flash drive from him. I mean, how stupid are you? What didn't you understand about the conversation that we had about me setting a date and time to meet you back at the library to give you back your flash drive? So was I angry about this? Hell yeah. I was pissed off. I was so angry that I called him up after that. And I told him about himself. And you don't want to know what I said to him. But what I said to him was not very nice. Because I thought, oh my God, what a horrible person he turned out to be. So I should have threw his shit away. I shouldn't have, or not say anything when I opened up the flash drive and found all these files on there. Sold his information to somebody, sabotaged him. But that's not who I am. I wasn't gonna do that because that's not me. That's not the person that I am. But just to show you how people are, they will twist the situation to make it look good on their behalf, or sometimes doing a good deed doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to turn out good for you or the people whom you're doing this good deed for are going to love you in the end. I've got other stories about how I've done such good deeds for so many people, and in the end, I've turned out to be the worst person ever. But my blessings doesn't come from them. Here's where my blessings come from: the universe. The universe is so unique that it turns back around and it blesses me I don't believe in this God BS. But that's another podcast that I'll do, or blog that I'll do about people who drink the Kool Aid that believe in this stuff, and they're crazy. I got a bunch of stories about that one. You guys are gonna die laughing about my stories on God and all that stuff. But this is not the blog for it. This is just a blog about people and their attitudes and how they can change a scenario, and how always doing good doesn't necessarily mean that you turn out to be a hero. You can end up turning out to be a villain. Good example, the girl that reported the guy who killed the health insurance United Healthcare worker. That person ended up losing their job, being talked about by the whole US of A, telling them how bad this person was. And so this person might eventually have to move or relocate, change their name. And they still didn't get the reward money for what I understand. And all the bloggers are out there just pouncing on this person, saying this person should have kept their mouth shut. Da, da, da. I think even the McDonald's that and ended up getting some bad reviews. And people were like, hell no, we're not going back to McDonald's. McTell-a-lot. I think, I forgot the word that they used. Was it a McTell-a-lot? No. It was something with a Mick, but Mick whatever, Mick lying, Mick, Mick whatever, something Mick about them telling on this poor guy. You understand? Luigi, the guy's name was, that killed the United Healthcare worker. So, not every time that you think that you're a good Samaritan doesn't necessarily mean that the people who you're being a good Samaritan to will take it as that. You understand? Sometimes scenarios can be switched. So just be careful. I want you guys to like, comment, follow me. But most of all, I want you guys to comment. I love the comments. Not no crazy comments, like I said, and I'm going to say it again. If you try to be mean and nasty, I'm not going to respond. But if you make a nice, funny, intelligent comment, it don't even have to be nice, funny. But if you want to be intelligent, we can go there too. So follow, comment, subscribe. Help me bring this channel up. All right, I'm out, guys.